People looting Nigeria's money.
This is Nigeria Info in the heart of Nigeria. Info 92.3. We are Nigeria Info.
A clean surrounding is a collective effort.
Diseases could be avoided
with good hygiene practice. Be more responsible with how you dispose waste products. The environment will be better looking without litter and exposed garbage. We love our city clean. This message is from 92.3 Nigeria Info.
And now, hard facts. With Dio.
Good afternoon to you and welcome to Hard Facts, originally live on 92.3 Nigeria Info here in Port Harcourt. I'm Dio. It's 9 minutes gone past 3 p.m. and you're welcome to today's edition of Hard Facts. It's a fine day. It's a fine day, I suppose. I mean, considering everything that's happened in the country, it's a fine day still. I mean, you have to be optimistic. You have to help work on your mental health. It's very important. It's very, very important. I remember, I think it was yesterday. Yep, yesterday on Canvas and Niger Delta Roundtable. I had Dr. Abanzi in the studio, Dr. Lamina as well, both experts on mental health. As we discussed mental health on Canvas, the Niger Delta Roundtable yesterday, sponsored by SPDC, and it was a reminder, if you will, that I mean you could look normal, and you are doesn't mean you are normal. You know, they say 1 in every 4 Nigerians has a mental health condition. Doesn't mean you're necessarily mentally ill, but you could have a mental health condition. That means a quarter of Nigerians. That means if there are 200 million Nigerians, as we are told, that means 50 million Nigerians have got a mental condition. So you must take your mental health seriously, whatever it is that you need to help you cope. And if you are convinced that you've got a problem, depression or whatever other mental condition you think you might be going through, do not keep it to yourself. Confide in a friend, confide in family, confide in loved ones, people you know and you are certain care about you and love you. It might not be bad to also seek out a professional to speak with, you know. So do that. And also, everyone also should be on the lookout for their family, friends, and loved ones. And if you observe something unusual, any unusual behavior, you know, you might want to just ask a question or two. You know, like give them a ring, send them a WhatsApp message. How you doing? And not just the usual regular "How are you doing?" Whereby you naturally expect a "I am fine" response. No. And if the person tells you "I'm fine," you can ask again. You know, and let the tone of your voice let them know that, you know, I'm not just asking casually. I really want to know how you're doing. You know, it might make a whole lot of difference between helping that person navigate whatever emotional other crises they will be dealing with and some really unfortunate drastic eventuality. All right, so take it for your mental health, very important. And I think I said this before. Usually, when the person calls my show and tells me that they're going to pray to God about it or God should help us, my usual response would be, God is busy in Afghanistan or Syria, and I do suppose he is. And right now, he's got Gaza to deal with at the moment. But I said some weeks ago or some months ago that I'm going to stop responding that way. And I did. I believe I've been successful. I think I've been successful with doing that. So if praying to God is going to help you, if it's a coping mechanism, please pray to God. All right? Pray to God. But remember, the good book also said that faith without works is dead. So please go ahead and pray to God and believe in God. But don't just leave everything in God's hands, okay? Do something also, all right? Do something as well. So, welcome to Hard Facts once again. From now till about 7, we keep the conversation going. A few matters we're going to be addressing on the show today, as usual. Let's see. So, I've got side comments coming up in a moment, random stories, random thoughts. And that will not be discussed now, of course, until during the open season segment much later on. That's after the major news at 6 p.m. So after today's side comments, we get back into the conversation. And still, the ban or the suspension of the rant is still subsisting, is still on until students of Greenfield University are released. It was this day, precisely last month, April 20, that they were abducted. Today is May 20. It's been 1 month now, 1 month since the abduction of the Greenfield University students. And from account, we still have 16. We still got 16 of them left with their abductors. Terrible situation indeed. And the worst part of it, or one of the worst parts of it, is there's been no official communication or official word or official update from government or government sources for quite some time right now. And that's going to form part of today's update of that discussion. That comes up, till about 4 p.m. because we will not forget, or at least I will not forget, the students of Greenfield University will keep that conversation going until they're released and reunited with the loved ones. Because what we are prone to doing in the country is we just move on, almost like nothing happened. But I'm not moving on as far as this matter is concerned. So we'll discuss the latest update with that situation till about 4 o'clock. If you're willing, of course, you can join the conversation. Otherwise, whatever else is fine. So before we got business news coming up, and after which we will have a part two of yesterday's conversation. Said conversation, by the way, was between 5 and 6 p.m. yesterday, but for some reason we didn't have a lot of time yesterday for the conversation. Said conversation, by the way, has to do with this story that was on our news yesterday. Where is that again? Wife of the only surviving policeman in the Ilingbo police station attack, Ngozi Onichukwu, says the family needs urgent help to pay for her husband's surgery. Mrs. Onichukwu is disappointed at the Rivers State Police Command for not taking care of the officer who was wounded on duty. Let's hear what the wife. She was on Hard Facts yesterday for a few minutes between 5 and 6 p.m. But here's what she has to say.
Things stay hard without my husband. No, I'm not sure because I be everything. Nana, I know say when your husband no dey around, you will not say something don't really happen to you. Most people say even the present DPO and the past one, no one don't even show concern to come okay. Might check the body. Might send this man there to even to assist. Nobody. They say that they will take him to theater to go and remove the bullet. So his money is the problem. We need help at least to support my husband so that he will get himself back.
Also, brother to the policeman, Agbandu Onichukwu, is appealing to the Rivers State government to take over the treatment of his brother. Here's what he said.
You understand? If you call me this night again, I'll go back there now spend. So I'm not going to give you a figure now, of which I don't know how much way they listen. I never talk about the surgery. I don't know how much way they will talk for the surgery. I'm spending daily for the dressing 1,000 because I will pay 500 for the dressing. I will pay 500 for the instrument for the dressing. All this cotton wood, gauze, and the spirit.
All right, so like I said yesterday, we had what I consider to be the part one of the conversation on the situation with the police officer, a sergeant. Today we will continue that conversation, and I'm looking forward to it. I imagine we'll have a longer time today, between 4 and 5 p.m. And I was called earlier today. It seems there's been an update. It seems there's been an important update with that situation, but we'll find out. We'll find out more on that. In the 4 o'clock hour today, I expect the brother and possibly, hopefully, the wife will be with me in the studio in the 4 o'clock hour. Taking us to 5. Now, 5, we've got the news update coming up. And let's see. After that, Asaba Accord, no restructuring if governors disallow LGs from working. Yep, I think I've said this before. I expect or imagine from now to 2023, restructuring is going to be arguably the most used word in political and government circles in Nigeria. Restructuring. And then what have become alternative terms or expressions to it as well. Expressions or words like true federalism, fiscal federalism, devolution of powers, state police, and what else? Resource control, Yeah. Terms like that are going to become very, very common as we approach 2023. Can someone help me out with any other word or expression that's synonymous with this, with restructuring? Let's see, Let's play a little game right now, a little wordplay game, if you will. Send me a message on WhatsApp on 0809 030 6416. 0809 030 6416. Words or expressions you believe are synonymous or synonyms, even if it's just in the Nigerian context. They may not be actual English synonyms, but in the Nigerian context, they may have become synonyms with the word restructuring as we approach the year 2023. Send me a few of those right now. A little wordplay game as we move on. Someone says ban on open grazing. Okay, yeah, yeah, that's something. Revitalization 2023. Revitalization. Okay, all right. Devolution of power. Oh, definitely. National dialogue. Oh yes, national dialogue. Yeah, national dialogue. Devolution of power, resource control, yeah, universities. All right, state police, resource ownership, collectors mob, national conference, regionalism, not some hectares, state policing, face your face, seriously, face your face, true federation, state police, 13 or more % derivation, national roundtable, goodness. Re-on-groundness. What the heck is re-on-groundness? Day or day, make I day my day. Okay. Reallocation. Pascal from Choba said that. Okay. Fiscal federalism. Independence of the judiciary. Oh, yeah. Okay, absolutely. Independence of the judiciary. Yeah, all of these terms and expressions are going to be thrown around and thrown about and bandied about as we approach 2023. Wear your gyms. That definitely. I don't know if that has to do with restructuring, but I believe wear your gyms might become used as well, especially in River State. Autonomy. Okay. More power to the federating units. True federalism. Electoral reforms. Blah blah. You get the gist. So all of these terms are going to be commonly used by our honorables and excellencies as we approach 2023. Thanks for your very insightful contributions, by the way. But here's the matter we're discussing in the 5 o'clock hour. Asaba accord no restructuring if governors disallow LGs from working. That's according to the federal government, or more precisely, the Minister of Justice and Attorney General of the Federation. Now, federal government has ruled out restructuring Nigeria, stating that its understanding of the idea is that the current structure, especially the tiers and arms of government, should be allowed to work. Minister of Justice and AGF Abubakar Malami SEN said that the regime led by President Muhammadu Buhari does not have plans to change the current structure, noting that it has begun to implement parts of the recommendations of the 2014 National Conference through the issuance of executive orders. Malami dismissed, just a moment, the recent resolutions by the Southern Governors Forum, especially on the call for restructuring and ban on open grazing in the South. He said, quote, "My view about restructuring as well cannot be divorced from the political undertone. Take, for example, what we have existing as a structure as tiers of government. We have federal, state, and local governments. Now, coming down to the local government, what is happening to the local government? Those that are clamoring for restructuring, what have they done in terms of ensuring functional efficiency of the local government? Here we are having a governor clamoring for restructuring and denying a local government, which is a tier of government, the financial resources to function effectively." So, therein comes the question, or thence comes the question, should the country be restructured if governors won't allow local government autonomy? If they won't allow the autonomy of other arms and tiers of government, should we be discussing or talking about restructuring the country then? We'll look at that in the 5 o'clock hour after the news update. Headlines 5:30, major news at 6 p.m. And open season afterwards at about 7 when the show comes to an end. The sports gang will be in for extra time. That's the show today, pretty much. So let's see. How about some side comments, random stories, random thoughts that I came across as I checked out the news today? And so here is the update on that matter I mentioned a while ago. Well, we'll come to that, I guess. We'll come to that matter later on. Family of Daniel Kiaguchi, also known as Slick, the young man who was killed by a police officer in Port Harcourt last year, says the police have not paid the 50 million naira compensation ordered by the court. The family's lawyer, Noble Njoku, told our correspondent that letters written to the Commissioner of Police through the police public relations officer have been ignored. Let's hear what this lawyer had to say about this situation.
I wrote a formal demand letter to the Commissioner of Police through the OC Legal. They arranged to meet with the Commissioner of Police through the PPR. They have not paid anything. I also sent a letter directly to the IG, Inspector General of Police. I have been ignored. The family has been ignored. None of these things have mattered to them at all. We don't know what else to do. Do we carry arms? No. I have since reminded them. I have since called over and over again and said there is no response whatsoever.
And founder of Late Slick, Dominic Ikiaguchi, said his family is yet to recover from the loss. Let's hear what the father did say on the matter as well. Where is it? Okay, here we are.
Right now, we are just living by the grace of God, honestly. Now, I go out, if I see anything I can do, I mean, 2,000 naira in a day, I pay it and come back. It's only when I come back we talk of cooking in my house, you know? It's painful. My wife's business has collapsed. We have 80 shops now.
All right, CP, a Booker Friday, the versatile CP. It was your boys that killed Slick. This is not alleged any longer, and they are not unknown gunmen, or is it unknown men, or is it known gunmen? What exactly is the? Sometimes it's so confusing, really. So we know they are, and they are your men. By the way, CP Ebuka, they are your men. It's confirmed that they are your men. They killed Slick illegally. You have to pay. You have to pay. If the court said you should pay 50 million to the family, you have to pay 50 million to the family, because it was your boys, it was your men that killed Slick. It was your men. So, versatile CP, a Book of Friday, pay up. Okay, after all, you guys have killed the boy. So what else do you want again from the family? So pay them, at least. Pay them something. Pay them the 50 million, not just something. Precisely what the court ordered. Pay it. Was there anything else that caught my attention? Anything else? Oh yeah, His Excellency Governor Nyesom Wike and Chibike Amechi they've started again. Yes, no surprises there. They started a little early this time around, and I believe that they will continue to 2023. And expect also that there will be threats to reveal, to expose. This one, His Excellency the Governor Nyesom Wike POS Africa will threaten to expose him, and the Minister, former Governor Chibike Amechi, will also threaten to, if he doesn't behave himself there, will also expose him. You know, and they will go back and forth and say, what have you done? Which federal project have you brought? We have done flyover. Which one have you done? You know, so expect a lot of that also as we approach 2023, naturally. So almost every courtesy call to His Excellency the Governor right now would be about the former governor, and I believe the former governor will hardly hold any event here in Rivers State without talking about His Excellency the Governor also. So expect a lot of that also as we approach 2023. Finally, I have to wrap this up now. So, your CP-ness, a Book of Friday. What's going on with the crackheads that collected 150,000 naira from Uniport undergrad? How far is this investigation supposed to last? We'd like to know what's going on. And while we're still expecting the result of that one, your boys have done it again. CP Eboka Friday. Your boys, they have done it again. Anti-cultism unit have been accused of extorting 200,000 naira from a young man here in Rivers State. In fact, he gave us the details. Took him to a POS. Some lady who is managing that POS and withdrew 200,000 naira. Your boys have done it again. A Boca Friday. Your CP, your versatile CP-ness. So what's going on with your boys? Your boys are on a rampage, Mr. CP, and you cannot keep pretending that your boys. At least we have made some progress. Gone are the days when we will hear that they are not our men. Remember those days? They are not our men. At least we have made some progress. We now know they are your men. So your boys have done it again. Let's see. We want to know what you're doing about these criminal boys of yours, because they're your boys. These criminal elements in your command. So it's one of two ways, really. It's either you condone, encourage, and support this criminality of your boys if you don't do anything about it, or you prove that you don't support the crime and they're not sharing part of the money with you by letting the good people of River State know what you are doing about these boys, including the crackheads that collected 150,000 naira and forgot their phone. So there's no middle ground here. CPA Boca Friday. It's either you do something about it and the people must know what you're doing about it to show you're not in support, or you do nothing and keep quiet and keep waiting for bank statement, suggesting strongly, allegedly, not certainly, but allegedly, that they might be giving you percentage as well. All right, so and finally, Your Excellency, my capacity as a self-appointed senior special advisor on reminding His Excellency of critical matters. Your Excellency, sir, education, especially at the basic level. What's going on with the 10,000 teachers we need in our schools? What's going on with the 4,000 non-teaching staff? Your Excellency, what it means is that there are some River State children who go to school or a place that is called school and nobody teaches them anything, and they do God knows what there and come back home every day. Are we trying to breed a new generation of ballot box snatchers and kidnappers and political assassins and boys who will continually, perpetually be loyal and the future cultists? Is that what we're trying to do? While the rest of the world is building a generation of young people who are going to go to the Mars, who are going to be using flying vehicles. Here we are developing ballot box snatchers. Let's look into that, Your Excellency. Let's look into that. So that's it for some comments. I'm going to break when I return. Discussions continue. Please stay tuned.
Connect with your customers. Advertise on 92.3 Nigeria Info. Visit our downtown office at Shop 9, Mediatrix of All Gracies Plaza, opposite FIRS, Stadium Road, Port Harcourt, and book your commercials. Call 0817 001 8162. That is 0817 001 8162. And let us connect you to your customers. Connect with your customers. Advertise on 92.3 Nigeria.
Listen to me, I said this is a real situation and the government has to do something about it. You're trying to insinuate all these people looting Nigeria's money? You think
This is Nigeria Info, in the heart of Nigeria. 92.3, we are Nigeria Info.
And now, Hard Facts. Hard Facts with Dayo.
Okay, I'm actually Hard Facts 91.3 Nigeria Info and here in Port Harcourt. I'm Dayo. 27 to go before 4 p.m. Discussions continue, and if this disappoints you, I sincerely apologize, but it is for a good cause, and I hope that you will understand. But once again, and this is the third week, I believe, there will be no rounds today. Not until students of Greenfield University are released. And In case you don't know anything about that, and I would not be shocked, by the way, the Greenfield University kidnapping took place April 20, 2021, when at least 23 students and staff were kidnapped in Kasarami village, Chikun LGA, Kaduna State, Nigeria, during an attack by suspected armed bandits at Greenfield University. This is Nigeria's fourth kidnapping from an academic institution in 2021. The 15th December 2020, coming 5 weeks and 6 days after the Afaka kidnapping, in which 39 students were abducted. April 20 last year, today is May 20, so it's a month, it's a full month since these students were kidnapped. 5 of them were killed. Another one was released after parents of that student reportedly privately negotiated with the kidnappers. The remaining 16 are still with their abductors. Also, reports have it that the parents of these students have paid about 60 million naira to the kidnappers, but the kidnappers are still demanding 100 million naira before the students are released. And I'm not sure that there's been any official update or much from the federal government or government in the month of May, really. If anything at all, very little. I think in the earlier part of the month, at about the 5th or so, at about the time of the release of 27 students of the Federal College of Forestry Mechanization of FACA, there was a statement by Garaba Shil, the president's spokesperson, where the president reportedly appealed for the release of the students of the Greenfield University and all other citizens held in captivity. Since that statement at about May 5 or thereabouts, I'm not sure there's been any other official statement from the government, at least the federal government, regarding even the Kaduna State government. It's not sure there's been any official update from government or government sources or government agents or agencies regarding the status of these students, which is very disturbing. All of the updates we've been getting, not very much, I must add as well, have been from non-state actors or unofficial sources. The latest, which was about 2 or 3 days ago, was from Sheikh Gumi. I think it was Sheikh Gumi who gave the last updates on the situation, and same thing he's saying that these the kidnappers of the Greenfield students are not just regular bandits, but that they have some connection with Boko Haram, in his attempt to explain why the Greenfield University students have not been released by the kidnappers. He's been urging dialogue. He's been urging that he even urged that the ransom demand of 100 million naira be paid as well. So that's the situation till now. And once again, one very disturbing aspect of this is, for weeks now, there's been not much, if anything at all, as far as an update from the government as to the status of these abducted students. It's May 20, once again, 30 days, a full month since they're kidnapped. The lines are open. Your thoughts, 0817 923 0002 or 0003. 0817 007 or 0009. We are live on Twitter at Nigeria Info PH, also live on Facebook.com / Nigeria Info PH, and WhatsApp is on 0809 030 6416. That's 0809 030 6416. And I know that I know for a fact that talking about the Greenfield University students sounds boring to you. I totally understand that. I get it. You might feel, what's wrong with these boys? Does not have anything interesting to say. Let them go and sit down at home now. If there's not anything to discuss, anything interesting to discuss this afternoon, don't worry. For you who thinks that way, the thing that drives your life is coming very soon. I think Nigeria will start very soon. Don't worry. When maybe Nigeria is going to start very soon, then your life will be okay once again. But for all those who are concerned about the more important things in life, it would be great to hear from you right now. That's it. Do I have any comment at the moment? Let's see. Once again, are we on Facebook? Yes, we are on Facebook. Let's see, via Facebook, Undukaku in what Madu goes, Nigerian government are very confused on what they want. Bright Amara goes, our leaders are not helping at all. Our youths will learn how to use their voters card come 2023. And via Facebook, thank you. That's where it goes down. Sheikh Gumi should tell Nigerians and the entire world when these elements called bandits release the Greenfield students now that he is their spokesman. I think he's answered that already. He stated that these bandits have links to Boko Haram. So, and that the ransom would have to be paid. I think he's made that quite clear. All right, numbers once again, 0817-923-0002 or 0003, 0817-923-0007 or 0009. The number is to call. Okay, hold on, the maker, hello, you're welcome, go ahead.
Good afternoon.
All right, go ahead.
You see, sometimes when I look at the issue of security in Nigeria, I don't know whether we call it, some of us will cry more than the bereaved here. Did you hear? You see what is happening over there in the north about these soldiers? I want to believe that from what we have gathered so far from the press, from the media, and everything, these people they know what is going on there. I don't know whether we call it political something or maybe I don't know.
Who is crying more than the bereaved?
I say we in the southern part of this country. What is happening about that? Because why do I say this?
So the kidnapping, the kidnapping of and killing. Just slow down, please. So the killing and kidnapping of children and people in the north is the problem of the north and does not concern the south.
But I'll come again.
So you're saying that the kidnapping of children and killings of other persons in the north is a problem of the north and does not concern the south.
It's almost happening everywhere now. But
are you saying that it is the problem of the north and does not concern the south? Is that what you're saying?
It's a problem of the nation. It's everybody's problem.
So who is crying more than the bereaved then?
No, I want to explain to you what I mean.
Okay, go ahead.
Because I don't know whether there is political angle to this issue of security in Nigeria, or maybe it's just what is about what is not natural. I don't know. I want to explain why I say so now. Can I go on?
Okay, go ahead.
What I mean is this. 2 days ago, yesterday, the police IG said he's going to put a monitor down here in the south. And I had him saying that shoot anybody you see, find anybody you see. And I remember vividly, Governor of Autumn, Gumi State, was attacked by herdsmen. Not allegedly, because the herdsmen came out to say we are the one responsible that attacked the governor of Governor of Benue State. After I'm talking to you now, nothing was done to do.
How does this? I need you to.
So when we say we are looking for these school girls, they know where. If you ask me, I believe that some of them they know where these people are. They know who is.
Emeka, you're not explaining to me the part about crying more than the bereaved. I need to explain that, and I will give you another extra minute to attempt an explanation. Go ahead.
What I'm trying to say is, we are not looking for the people that kidnap those people. They know those people. They know them. They know where they are.
Emeka, obviously, you have no logical explanation. So, but good to hear from you, though. Hello, hard fact to welcome.
Yeah, good day, Dayo.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, let me quickly help Emeka to explain why the Southerners they cry more than they bereaved.
Go ahead.
Number one, like the governors in the South, they just had a meeting concerning the security of the country. And before they could know it, we heard from the North that they said that the meeting held by the Southern governors was illegal. The next one we had this morning from information again was that since they have said the open grazing should stop here, that they will ask all the Southerners selling motor parts to pack their things and come to this place. Then when our people also begin to call here, they will now begin to support that with the meeting that the Southerners held, that they shouldn't have held the meeting. While it was just this last few weeks that they held the meeting and come up with this decision. Why the northern governors have been having their meetings for years? And none of the subjects they discussed had ever been discussed in the Southern here. Yet our people are here condemning our own.
How does this? How does this? Hello. Can you hear me? Your effort at helping Emeka is grossly unsuccessful, because how does this in any way tie in with being concerned about the kidnapping of Greenfield University students or other students?
That's
or other
what I'm
individuals?
saying now. That the same activities go on here and also goes on in their place. So it is a general matter. But when
how does it amount? How does being concerned about the abduction of the Greenfield University students amount to crying more than the bereaved?
You have not understood me.
And I have a strong feeling that I will not understand you. But go on.
Does it mean that we don't have military men? Or those children, was it not in this country that they were taken to? Were they taken outside this country, maybe to America or to Britain or to Russia? If it had to be in America that these children were to them, would they have taken the American soldiers, that is 48 hours, to bring them out?
I still don't understand the concept of crying more than the bereaved. I still don't get that.
It means that you don't have the real understanding to understand what I'm saying.
Obviously, you have more understanding than I. You have more understanding than I do. Obviously, that's why I can't. That's why I can't understand you. I have since your level, the level of your since the level of your understanding is higher than mine, then I have to move on. We can't have a conversation because I can't understand what you're saying. Stephen, hello, you're welcome. Please go on.
Yes, Dayo, thank you very much. Good afternoon.
All right, go ahead.
You see, I don't understand Gumi. Why I don't understand is in the statement that why the people are demanding for ransom is that they are linked to Boko Haram. So I want to ask you a question. The ones that they have been paying ransom, the last ones released, some millions were paid before they released them. How does that connect?
Okay, I think you missed the point Gumi is making. Now, I'm not trying to. Please note this explanation I'm about to give you now is not a justification of Gumi's position, but I think you misunderstand what Gumi is saying. Now, here's what Gumi is saying: whether or not the previous bandits, the previous kidnappers, were paid ransom.
Hello.
Can you hear me? Hello.
Hello there. Yes, I'm hearing you.
Okay. Now, whether or not the previous kidnappers were paid ransom, what Gumi is saying is, and if you read the entire story, that particular piece where Gumi was explaining why the Greenfield University students have not been released, you can find the story in the Premium Times. Just look for Buhari. No, that's not the one.
I can hardly hear you. Please.
Okay, Stephen, listen to your radio set, please. All right. So, what Gumi is saying is, if you read the entire story, I'm trying to find the story again. Okay, why kidnappers are yet to release Greenfield University students, according to Sheikh Gumi. What he's saying is, the reason this particular set of abductors have held on to these students for so long, possibly in spite of even the amounts that's been paid to them already and efforts to get the students out, is because there is a link to Boko Haram. And that link to Boko Haram is making it more difficult to get the students out. He talked about how in other abduction scenarios, even Boko Haram tried to reach out to the abductors to hand over the abductees to them. Boko Haram tried to buy those who were abducted from the bandits so that they can negotiate a tougher position with government. So what he's saying clearly is that not all of these bandits have a link or a direct connection with Boko Haram, but the ones responsible for the Greenfield University abductions have links with Boko Haram, and that link with Boko Haram is possibly what's making this scenario, this situation, a lot more difficult to address. I'm not sure I can explain it any better, but I hope that's clear enough. Emmanuel, hello, you're welcome. Please go on.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I want to talk about this kidnapping issue.
Go ahead.
In northern part. Okay, please, I want to know what our security men are doing. If those Americans can come to Nigeria to rescue their citizens and the kidnapper kidnap, so what's the effort of our military, our soldiers? What would take them just an hour to go and rescue them wherever they are? I don't know in Nigeria. I mean, don't you have a military people, soldiers? So, but then I don't know what our security men are doing.
We're all wondering about that, Emmanuel. We're all wondering, really. I've got Clement to make a call back if you can. That's it. Via Twitter via Twitter at T Omoyelu goes Nigeria is turning into something. At AG4 News should tweet so our security forces can track down those terrorists. All this while, or arrest Gumi to get information about the terrorist hideout through him to secure those school children. Very unfortunate. And via Facebook, Ihai Chiku Lala goes, that is quite unfortunate and pathetic that today makes it 1 month the students of Greenfield University were kidnapped, and until now both the state federal government haven't briefed the world and country about the situation with them. The government should do everything within their power to rescue them before this matter turns to Chibok girls. So, Onyebuchi, hello, welcome, please go on.
Yeah, Daniel.
Hi.
You see, the kind of heat that the kidnap of the Dapchi, Chibok, and other kidnapping that were done on government schools, the kind of interest the government had in negotiation. Remember when it happened, they gave timelines that within 24 hours they will be released. And in most cases, they were released on schedule. What beats me is, why is the government not interested in this case of Greenfield University kidnap? And I'll tell you the reason.
Okay.
It boils down to the ownership of that institution. You know who owns that institution?
Who owns it?
Southern owns that institution.
Oh, come on.
And I expect that predominantly
Onyebuchi, come on. I mean, why must everything? Can you listen to me, please? Onyebuchi, you must listen to me if we're going to have this conversation.
Hello.
Okay. Why must everything be north versus south? Why?
Yes, I'll tell you why. Can I tell you why?
Go on.
Can I tell you why?
Go on.
If in a sample of occurrences, all the events that happen on one side, we are giving government attention, and the ones that happen on the other side don't have attention, what do you want me to conclude?
Question, Onyebuchi.
The kind of energy that the government is investing to hunt down.
If you don't listen to me, we're not going to have this conversation. For the last time, Onyebuchi, if you don't listen to me, we're not going to have this conversation.
It's polarized.
All right, moving on. I've got Elvis on the line. Elvis, you're welcome. Please go on.
Hello?
Hi, Elvis. Go ahead.
Okay. Good afternoon, Dayo.
Good afternoon.
My issue is why is it always difficult for us to rescue people that have been kidnapped? Why is that always the problem? Because just 2 days ago we learned lawmakers saying that they want to arrest people who steal ransom, and then people are being kidnapped. You don't even say anything. You have no plans of saying anything, and then you want to even stop people from paying the ransom that are required. And then you keep going forth and back. Why don't the military move to those? Because for me, I feel one of the major reasons why we have all these insurgencies is those.
Hello? Elvis, are you still there? All right. Now, quite frankly, I can't say that I know who owns Greenfield University. Quite frankly and honestly, I've never bothered to check for who owns the school. But I find it extremely disturbing that anyone would think that the reason the Greenfield University students have remained this long with the kidnappers, with the abductors, is because the school is possibly or maybe definitely owned by a Southerner. Come on. I mean, the students that were kidnapped, are they Southerners? Maybe some of them are. Are they all Southerners? Might there not be Northerners amongst them as well? How do we conceive these things? How do we process this information really? To think that the reason they've not been released yet is because a Southerner owns the school. That's why oh goodness gracious. I mean, is that how much we're suspicious and possibly even loathe each other, that the North wants to kill you and maybe you want to kill the North also, whatever it is. It's quite disturbing. It's quite disturbing how the minds of some of us works, really. Yeah. But I will, out of curiosity, because I am curious right now to know, I will make an attempt to find out who actually owns Greenfield University. But I desperately find it disturbing to believe, or for anyone to suggest that the reason they're still with the kidnappers is because the school is owned by a Southerner. I mean, really. Can I take another call right now? I possibly can. Maybe I can take one more before the news. But via WhatsApp, I pray FG negotiates with bandits or Boko Haram to release the students. Psychologically, this will affect the students. Good afternoon, Dio. The issue of the Greenfield University students is not boring to me. When it rained heavily today, they were on my mind. I just wondered where they were and how they're faring. I always say prayer for them. The government should stop toying with the lives of the masses and be proactive with the issue of the security of our nation. I've got Samson on the line. Samson, hello, you're welcome.
Hello?
Yeah, Samson, you're welcome. Go ahead.
Am I speaking with Dio?
Samson, please listen. You are welcome.
Yes.
Please go ahead.
Okay, thank you. The Greenfield students that were kidnapped, I want to talk about it briefly. Yes, at the time, the parents cried out and paid about 60 million, and then the kidnappers were demanding for another 100 million. If the federal government is finding it difficult to rescue these people, they should raise money and then pay the ransom and let the citizens be free. If you cannot rescue them, you don't have the power to rescue them. Will you have them in the heart of kidnappers? No. They should raise money and then pay off the ransom and let the students get their freedom. That's the way I look at it.
Oh, pardon me. All right, Samson, great to hear from you, though. Okay, a few comments here saying, I learned the owner is from Anambra State. The owner of Greenfield University, Engineer Simon Wakacha, Chief Engineer Simon Wakacha, is an indigenous of Umeri, Anambra East Local Government of Anambra State in Nigeria. He worked with NNPC for 35 years, retired from service in 2013. Okay, Greenfield is owned by a Southerner, but that should not be seen as the reason for the sad event. The university, because of its location, is a soft target, as they are in a lonely area of the LGA. Yeah, I don't know. It's just, well, let's see. Emmanuel Uzodima from Elias goes, I think it's high time we have student agitators take to the streets demanding for the GFU students' release, same as we had during the Chibok girls' abduction. Why are these civil rights organizations and students group become this silent? Henceforth, heretofore is the worrisome silence of the government we voted into power, the negligence of the 36 governors in their various meetings to urge the federal government to release their students. Well, okay, so now I know that a Southerner owns the Greenfield University, but I mean, seriously, we've had government schools owned in the north been besieged, students kidnapped. We had the Chibok girls. We had several other students kidnapped as well. Where do we get these ideas from? Anyways, we got the news, business news coming up top of the hour at 4 p.m. When I return, I'll be speaking with Agbandu Onichukwu, brother to surviving police sergeant, and the wife as well, hopefully, on a situation with the officer who was shot and is in hospital at the moment. Do please stay with us.